Hello there. I'm sure that it won't surprise you one bit. Uh, you already know this on some level when I tell you that the media has failed you. That's what the inaugural broadcast, podcast, video, whatever the hell you want to call it, of this project, Posadist Rebel News, will be about. But I am getting ahead of myself. I must introduce myself for those of you who have not seen me around the interwebs. I am Comrade Communicator, your Comrade Communicator, of the Intergalactic Workers League. And I want to extend my comradely greetings to every conscious Posadist within the sound of my voice, as well as all of you terrestrial leftists who don't quite know that you're Posadists yet, and to all the ships at sea. Well, as I was saying, friends, as I was saying before I got tied up in the pleasantries, the media has failed you. I'm talking about mainstream media, dissident media, social media, broadcast media, sponsored media, underwritten media, local, global, corporate, independent. They're all the damn bloody same. Neoliberal capitalism provides all sorts of false alternatives, as you may well know, and each of which reinforces the same, let's call it an ideological cage, right? Whether we are told to work within the system, outside of it, whether we're told to, that we can achieve our ends, that we should achieve our ends, that it is right, proper, correct, and possible to achieve our ends by the ballot or by the bullet, by embracing consumerism through this thing called ethical capitalism, or by completely rejecting it, dropping out, anything in between. Whatever they tell you, the one thing that they don't talk about is the most direct and reasonable course of action towards proletarian revolution, towards communism, towards building the society that, even if we don't think of it as communism because of the bad name that it's been given, that we really all want. A decent, just, egalitarian society. And that reasonable course of action, my friends, my comrades, is being studiously ignored by your news anchor, slavishly ridiculed by most of the bloggers and vloggers that you listen to across the entire political spectrum, I might add, and, of course, demonized by the fucking opportunist conspiracy-mongering scum who infest that liminal space between the left and the right. You know who I'm talking about. So, basically speaking, either the flying saucers are not mentioned at all, or they are presented as beyond the pale of reasonable discourse, completely depoliticized. Or, worse yet, they make them out to be an existential threat to humanity. But, my friends, my comrades, my lovers, Argentinian Trotskyist militant J. Posadist knew better back in 1968, all the way back when in 1968. He knew better long before he could have even known what Apollo 14 astronaut Edgar Mitchell saw up there. He talked about this. You should look it up, Google it. He talked about benevolent visitors from distant stars who have already prevented nuclear Armageddon on more than one occasion. They have saved our lives, all of our lives. And what astronauts and cosmonauts had to see to believe up there, though, the propaganda runs so deep that some of them don't believe it even after they've seen it. That's the way that stuff works, Comrade Posadist was able to deduce all this stuff simply through a thorough application, of the dialectical materialist method. He deduced that a technological base sufficiently advanced for interstellar civilization has absolutely no need for war or conquest. It makes sense when you think about it. Beings with such control over matter and energy must already have achieved socialism, communism, or something very much like it, even beyond it, if you could imagine that. Now, Posadist correctly recognized the mass proletarian attraction to these phenomena, the flying saucers, as well as the apparent hostility or indifference of American capitalism and Soviet bureaucracy, and he saw this as a further confirmation of the revolutionary and class character of the UFO phenomenon. And in the intervening years, between then and now, both the steady drumbeat of enemy alien propaganda, that propaganda of fear and hatred, as well as the more subtle propaganda of indifference and ridicule, has further confirmed where our class enemies stand on this vital question, this most vital of questions. And now it is time for class-conscious proletarians and our militant communist organization to take our own stand, our own principled stand. We must see SETI. We must see CERN. We must wrest the means of detection from the grasp of the bourgeois scientific establishment and their CIA thugs. We need a fighting proletarian media organ to sound the battle cry, because the bourgeois media ain't doing it, because your average vlogger ain't doing it, your average blogger ain't doing it. Friends, this is why we're here. And I reiterate, the media has failed you. It has failed you again and again and again. And the only change in this persistent failure that the social media culture, the social media age, this brave new world that we're in right now has brought is our own increased complicity in the failure. We are the failure now. And this is exactly why we are launching Posadist Rebel News, a much-needed oasis of genuine revolutionary communist opinion journalism, as well as cutting-edge ufology in this vast terrestrial bourgeois wasteland, which is increasingly becoming a wasteland of our own fucking making! But even this monumental achievement, the establishment of this organization, this news organization, is only a tentative step towards the ultimate proletarian goal of calling down the space comrades themselves to bring us the free and egalitarian society that we likely won't see otherwise. And to conclude this opening volley against terrestrialism, against third worldism, we need to embrace all worlds, comrades, is long live Posadist, long live Comrade High Commander. Friends, comrades, this is your Comrade Communicator, signing off.